Hello everybody, my name is Jables and welcome to the first video devlog. That's right, we're doing this on video form now and we're so excited, well, I'm so excited to show this to you guys. We finally have Commuter to a state that I can feel comfortable, air quotes around that, to show it off to the public. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who continues to show their support online, through our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, and the Discord as well. Great conversations happening there regarding the game, so if you want to check it out and follow the game's progress more in depth, you can do so on there. All right, thanks. So we're going to get started here. So first things first is, since this is our first video devlog, we're going to go more in depth into the actual gameplay itself, as well as go over some of the new features that we are showing off on this devlog, to kind of keep my commitment of trying to do a weekly devlog, because that gives me motivated to keep working my butt off to make this game. I'm doing this all by myself, folks, so yeah, fun times. So let's get into the game. So we're going to hit play game. So when you start the game, you'll notice that there is this standard kind of line view, something you would see maybe on top of a door at a subway or on the wall at a subway station. This is line 1. So this is line 1 of our fictional universe that needs a transit system. There is a little bug right now. Briarwood is the farthest away hub on line 1, as well as Windermere being the starting hub for the game, and Central being sort of the transit point to line 2. As you progress through the game, you will unlock different stations and unlock more passengers on your line. And we'll test you to make sure your line is the most efficient possible. Along the bottom, we have the time. So right now in the game, it is 6:04 a.m. This travels in real time. So a minute in the game is a minute in real life. In this empty box to the right here, you will find that we will have a little fast forward button, maybe, or something else there. I have an idea for something else to go there, but somehow either you tap the time or tap over here, one of the two, and you'll speed up the time. Now it'll speed up by seconds, so you'll go no faster than, I'm not sure what my metric is going to be on it, but it won't be too fast, because we don't want to completely just overload your processor of your phone. So it'll be a reasonable speed increase for those who need it. In this main menu, if you tap the line button on the left here, right now it brings you back to the front, but in the future, we're planning on having it show you the next line. So if you wanted to switch to your line 2 or line 3, etc., then you would do so there. Yeah. In the actual station, it will just bring you back to this screen. Along the top, you got your money, you got your players per minute, which means that 13 people per minute are being run through your stations, counting to whatever 13 times your ticket price is. You have your guest satisfaction. Now this is locked at 100% because I haven't actually made this mechanism yet, so it's just always 100. Your guests right now in the game are completely satisfied. And in the top left corner, you have your frequency. This means how many trains you have entering and exiting your stations every so often. So right now, it's set to the default, which is 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's the lowest you can go. You can go as high as, I think I set it to 10 minutes, I think is the maximum height you can do this for. You obviously, in times like this, you would hit this, and you would set it to be a little bit longer because there's less people in the station. But minute 30 is the max because of signal blocking, and I'll tell you that in a little bit here. So now that you see sort of the main menu, when we go into the actual station, the station does its thing pretty much no different than the main menu. This was been running in the background, hidden to the main menu the whole time, so this will constantly be moving. Right now you can see there's a train on the right, and there's players coming on. They are finding where they want to go through very, very complicated AI and pathfinding to try to figure out, hey, I'm going to this station, I want to go into this door, so I'm going to go into that door. Once the player enters the train, you get counted your money, and as players exit the train, if on an arriving train, you will also get counted your money. It's that simple. We're eventually going to be switching it over to the entrances here, having a fare gate, so that way it's more accurate, but that gets a little complicated. The other thing we'll be switching is I'm going to put a bridge down here and probably up here as well for players who are waiting on the left where there's no train to walk over to the right and catch this train, because this train's perfectly fine, or I'll figure out a solution to generate if there's a train in station. One of the two things. So right now we're just waiting for that minute 30 to pass, and then the train will depart. Right now the game has calculated how many people have entered the train, and then we'll put it through signal blocking. So as it leaves the station, it will go through signal blocking, and it takes about, I've set 3 minutes to get from this station to the next station. So if a train leaves and then you quickly jump over to Midland, the train that arrives won't be the train that has all these people on it. It's going to have nobody on it, or a different number of people on it. Also, as you enter certain stations, people will get off the stations if they want to. So if their destination was never intended to be Midland, they're not going to get off. It's only a percentage based off of how busy that station is on the network. So signal blocking, I don't want to get too complicated in it, but that's a new feature that we've added in this devlog. So that way it's a little bit more accurate. So we're not just, sending a train from Windermere here with, say, 15 people on it, and then it arrives in Midland and 100 get off. That just doesn't make any sense. So we had to do actually like real life signal blocking, where the train, as it goes through the network, will move through the network and stop if the train stops or it's jumped up. It's going to group up just like it would in real life. So there is consequences for running your trains more frequently. You're going to incur more cost because there is more monthly cost because you have more trains running, but at the same time you could run into delays. So let's just say an incident happens, which is something that we'll be coding into the game, say a fire or an evacuation or a bomb threat. Your trains will get bunched up and your guests will get unhappy. So it's a supply and demand situation where you have to pick the right frequency based off of how many players per minute. And as this moves to 7, you will see more players enter the stations. So just waiting for this minute 30 to go through, which seems to be taking a long time. It was working when I tested it last time. Not sure what's going on right now. So, yeah, fun times at Commuter Station, or Windermere Station here. We got a little bug here. So while we watch this bug hit and do its thing, I'm just going to go over some of the changes that we've made in this devlog. First bug, we fixed a bug. Basically, when we go to the offline, we call this the offline view because we are not in a station. The money counts up. What happened was when the clock struck to the new hour, this would completely break and it wouldn't start counting anymore. So we had to, and it also crashed the game. So not a fun time. So I had to fix that, which I seem to have fixed. So that's good. Next thing is the UI. So if you were looking at previous screenshots, you'll notice that the top bar is completely changed and the colors have completely changed. Now I'm more happy with the way this looks. So that's a quick little UI fix we did. And we also filled in these station names. So these were placeholders before, just new station, new station, new station. But we actually generated some station names, which is really cool. Another bug I need to fix. I fixed that N there. So that's super awesome. And the next thing we did was a couple new features. So as you saw before, we can now change the frequency based off of the user can change the frequency. Before it was just defaulted 3 minutes. Now it can be changed completely by the user, which is super awesome. And you can also do that in the actual station. So when you go into a station, you can change it in here as well, which is cool. All right, so the next thing that we did was second station, Midland, is unlocked by default. It didn't quite make sense if you only had one station and you couldn't do anything to the second station. It wouldn't generate players right and the signal blockings wouldn't work. It just didn't make any sense. So by default, you will have 2 stations unlocked, and then it's your job to unlock the rest of the stations. Cool. Next feature we added was Arriving trains now. Oh, signal blocking, like I talked about earlier. So basically, train departs Windermere. It goes through the motions to go through to Midland. It takes about 3 minutes to get to Midland, and then all the players that were on the train in Windermere some of the players will get off in Midland based off of how popular that station is, based off the math. Cool. And arriving trains now, so trains coming into Windermere will also be only those who have come from other stations. And it's also going to be coded that the players, when they get to Windermere, will obviously all have to get off because it's a terminal station. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything we've done for this week. A lot of back-end stuff we made. Now I got this bug where this train won't leave the goddamn station, so I need to work on that next after I put this video up. So hopefully you enjoyed this little video preview. All the change logs will be down below if you're on vertigolabs.io. If you're watching on YouTube, check out our website to see the full changelog and the things that we did. And I hope to see you guys on our Discord and Instagram and Twitter, all that fun stuff. All those links are also down below. And if I don't talk to you before then, I will see you guys next week with another devlog. Talk to you guys then. Thanks for watching.